Hey, KingTheist. It's pretty damn late here on the West Coast, but I'll try and give an answer to your question. You asked something to the effect of homosexuality seems such an evolutionary dead end. I mean, they can't reproduce, so how could how could they possibly survive? What's the deal with that? So I'll try to give you an answer to that question. Frankly, whenever this question's asked, it kind of makes me feel a little uncomfortable as well. I mean, I married kind of late in life. I went to grad school, and by the time I got married, my wife had already had a kid, and she didn't want to have any more kids. So, even though I'm a heterosexual guy, I didn't reproduce. Does this mean that I'm just like a complete, you know, genetic loser, as it were? Um, I don't think so. For several reasons. I mean, first of all, you know, one of the amazing things that biology has shown us is that we share most of our genes with mice, right? I mean, on a genetic biochemical level, um, we're virtually identical with mice. We're both mammals. I mean, our genes we share the vast majority of our genes we share with mice. To the point where you can test out cancer drugs and you can test out all kinds of drugs on mice, and with some confidence that they'll work in human beings and things like this, right? So, I mean, the best way, if you really want to pass on your genes, just stop setting out mouse traps, right? You can easily make thousands of copies of your genes because you share most of your genes with mice, just by sparing their little lives and letting them reproduce, right? So, but but really, I mean, there's many different strategies which plants and animals use to ensure the survival of the species. There are some species, for example, like fish or turtles or insects, whose strategy is you have as many kids as you possibly can because you know that 90% of those kids are going to die, right? And you just have as many kids as you can and let them go, and a few of them will survive to adulthood, and that's it, right? Human being strategy is not this way. Okay, we don't have a lot of kids per person. What we do is we take very good care of the kids that we do have and ensure that they survive, right? So, for example, like I said, my wife had a kid, and I've dedicated my life to making sure he survives and thrives, right? And that's how we do it, um, right? So it's not. I mean, you don't have to reproduce in order to contribute to the species, contribute to human species, right? Think about it. You take any one of us and dump us off in the African savannah or in the jungle, right? And we wouldn't survive 20 minutes. We'd be eaten by a lion right away, right? The way we survive as a race is we cooperate together. We build societies where we help each other out, right? And in this regard, homosexuals help us absolutely as much as heterosexuals do. They contribute absolutely as much to the survival and thriving of our species as heterosexuals do. So, I guess that's the best answer to the question that I can give you is that, um, you know, it's not. I mean, think about what you do to ensure your kids survive, right? I mean, is your personal strategy just to have as many kids as you can, or is it to take care of these kids, right? And homosexuals help us take care of our kids. They help us, build the kind of society where they're safe and they can grow up and thrive. So, just the same as I'm trying to do for my adopted kids, right? So, at any rate, cheers.